Hey, what up, my peeps? How's everyone doing here? This is another podcast, but this is a special podcast. I'm gonna review with my friend SummerSlam '94 in Chicago, Illinois, at the United Center. That was the very first ever sporting event, and I had an awesome time with my dad, my brother, myself. And too bad I have any video footage, no pictures. I think I got the old school Bret the Hitman Hart shirt, the pink one with the WWF belt around his waist. But it was good times in Chicago, and I wish they went back to that building, but whatever. But let me kick it off. The host of SummerSlam '94 was the Macho Man Randy Savage. Dig it! Too bad he was not in the match. But to kick off the match was Bam Bigelow and IRS versus the Head Shrinkers. Now, previous first match on I think Saturday night, it was Shawn Michaels and Diesel versus the Head Shrinkers for the WWF Tag Team belts in Indianapolis, Indiana. It was a house show. Of course, Diesel and Shawn won the belts. You saw it on the pay-per-view. So that match, the first match of the card, was gonna be the title match, but what happened at the house show, and it was a good match to open up SummerSlam. Of course, um, Bayman and Iris won that match. I think I'm not too sure. So, you got any opinions on that match, Tony?
Yeah, it was a pretty decent match at best. Yeah, and for an open match, yeah, like I said, it's pretty good. But yeah, Bam Bam and IRS ended up going over here. So yeah.
Yeah, and then the place was electrifying. It's huge, and it was awesome. Okay, another thing was the SummerSlam hotline. I'm not too sure if you remember that. Probably you
Yep.
saw on YouTube, but I'm really surprised it's on this DVD. I thought it would be edited out, but I never did it before because, of course, it costs money, and McMahon wants to make money like he does now these days. Next match on the card, they just waste of airtime. That part was the women's championship match. Alana Brace versus Bull McConnell, whatever the damn name is. Now this match was pretty damn decent for a women's title match. They had a great feud on that Raw, and there's no such thing as SmackDown. They just had Raw. Of course, Lana Brace retained her women's belt, and they have that Seco bitch on the sideline. I forgot her name is. Any theory on this match, Tony?
Yeah. You know, in my opinion, this is kind of where I guess this is when women could actually wrestle. And like nowadays, really, I'm sorry to say, but like in WWE now, like some of the bitches they have really cannot wrestle at all. But back then they could actually put on good matches and stuff. But yeah, it was a good women's match, and yeah, were you talking about Luna Vachon
Yes,
or
yeah,
Luna
yeah, yep,
Bacon?
yep. She was a psycho bitch, but that was her character. I know she passed away recently. Rest in peace. Um, yeah, she was her she was a manager, or she was on the sidelines with Bull, kind of because I guess Luna and Lana Bray had a little feud a while back, and it was a good match, But this is a decent match, like I said earlier, and I agree with you. You don't see no women's matches like now these days. But whatever.
Yeah. Didn't Luna actually used to didn't she used to have be with draws?
Yeah, yeah. Before draws got paralyzed. Yes,
Yeah,
I think so. I'm not really too sure, Tony. It's been a while.
it has.
Um, and then after that was Todd Pettengill interview Shawn Michaels and Diesel. What I said earlier, beginning of this podcast, they won the tag team belts on the house show in Indianapolis, Indiana. And I wish they had some video footage in this DVD, but they didn't. Um, and all good stuff. So, what's your thoughts on that interview, Tony? Any opinions?
No.
Okay, okay then. Next match, the Intercom Championship match. Razor Ramon, or A.K. Scott Hall, hey yo, versus Diesel, or A.K. Kevin Nash. Was a good match. Plus, Razor Ramon had his buddy, Walter Payton, Sweetness from the Chicago Bears, rest in peace. And that was a very, very good match. Two big guys, and Diesel beat Razor Ramon for the IC belt, I think, a while back on Superstars. Yeah, Superstars. That's when Superstars was actually good back in the day. Of course, Shawn Michaels cost Diesel the IC belt because he super kicked Diesel in the face, and that was it. So, Tony, what's your thoughts?
Well, I think you laid it all down very clearly that this was a good match, and Diesel, HBK ended up screwing Diesel, and this is when they started. I believe this is this is the start of them the feud, huh?
Yeah, because I think it continued at Survivor Series. I think it was '94, right? Continued at Survivor Series
Yeah.
too, and that was awesome. And I think that was the last straw. So Survivor Series '94, and I really like that feud too.
Yeah, wasn't HBK and Diesel's tag team name two cool dudes with an attitude?
Yes. Yep.
That was a good tag team name.
Oh yeah, it was. I agree, but they dominate, kick ass, and take names. Of course, they had Wolfman's son in that on that DVD. I didn't know it was his son until many many years later, and I don't know if he's playing NFL. I don't know what he at, but whatever. But he looked like his dad. But that's all I'm gonna say about that. Now another interview. Todd Penga interview Lex and Tatanka. This whole bullshit was did Lex so out? Lex so out had a poll on the screen. Remember that?
Yeah.
And I remember that back in the day. Of course, Tatanka. No, actually, Lex didn't so out. It was Tatanka. Um, Tatanka really didn't get over back in the day. I wish he did, but they had Bret Hart, they had Shawn Michaels, they had Undertaker, and much, much more. And I really like this match. Of course, Tatanka went heel. Actually, didn't use the word heel back in the day, but bad guy. And then he joined forces with Ted DiBiase. So, what's your thoughts, Tony?
Well, Tatanka to me was never really one really that I never really seen him as a heel, but yet he was a heel, but or a bad guy. I don't know, just like his character, he just never would really seem like a heel to me, but he was at some point in his career, and it was an okay match or whatever. I believe Tatanka got the win, right?
Yes, yep. And then they put money down Lex Luger's mouth.
Why wouldn't Tatanka win if he just turned heel?
Yeah.
So yeah, okay match though.
Yeah, it was okay. Next thing was another, once again, SummerSlam Hotline. Why even put on this damn DVD? Like I said earlier, they just wasted everything like they do now these days. They just, instead of put garbage like that, they put mumbo jumbo matches like they don't make no sense. But this one, Jeff Jarrett versus Mabel, aka
Viscera.
Viscera, and he had a lot of different names.
Big Daddy V.
Yeah, and dumb. He had a lot of dumb gimmick names. And Jeff Jarrett, former Intercontinental Champion, and I think that's the only belt he won, though, right?
Yes.
But
he won a tag team belt though too. I don't know.
Yeah, with Owen Hart, rest in peace, Owen Hart. I think Mabel got over. He won this match because he's a big guy and he squashed the shit out of Jeff Jarrett. But I don't know if Jeff Jarrett had any offense in this match. But do you remember any of this match?
No.
I don't remember. I was gonna watch the rest of it, but I don't know. My DVD was kind of messed up. I gotta clean it. Okay, next thing was Vince McMahon, Jerry Lawler interviewing the members of the Hart family. Any opinions on this?
What?
Any opinions on this?
We're on the steel cage, right?
Wait, hold on. I said Vince McMahon and Jerry Lawler are interviewing the members of the Hart family.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Typical Hart family promo. It's always good to see the Harts, get interviewed and stuff. They always had something to say, whether it was negative or positive. And I always liked the Hart, whoever they whatever Hart it was. I always liked their promos. They were always good. But yeah,
Yeah, I think at the time it was like Bulldog. They had the best seats in the house, the ringside, and it was Anvil, and it was great. And of course, I think Bret Hart pays for those seats. I don't know, but they had the best seats in the house.
yeah,
And at the time they had steel barriers, not like they do now. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And then another one was Todd Panga interviews the WWF champion Bret the Him Hart. Get ready for his brother Owen Hart. And not the main event. Sorry, this should be the main event from my point of view. Steel cage match for the WWE Championship match. Bret Hart versus Owen Hart. Rest in peace. Now this is the old school cage match, the blue one, not the one they come from the ceiling. The one they actually the crew members set up before the match kicks off. And I love this match because it took forever. Of course, the New York kids say, "Is this match ever gonna fucking end?" But you know what I'm saying, Tony? But it was awesome.
yeah,
I like how it ended. It's been a while since I've seen this blaster match. And all good stuff. And that's when they went out ringside and they beat the crap. And then the ring barrier, um, a Bulldog got knocked out, and Anvil got involved. And that's why Anvil went silent with Owen Hart, and that's how the feud started in the summer of, or whatever I said. Um, I think so. I think they continued the feud in the summer
yeah.
or in the fall, whatever. But what's your thoughts, Tony?
Well, I'm just gonna say right now that was a cage match. Um, I think it got enough time. It got 32 minutes to be exact, 32 minutes and 17 seconds. And this actually should have been the main event, but the main event was Taker versus Taker.
Yeah.
I guess because they were building this match so much that I guess that's probably why that was the main event. But this was a great match. I liked it. To me, Brett and Owen always had good chemistry, and this is one of their better matches over the years they had.
Yes. I really wish Owen Hart won the WF title before he passed away, but it's what it is. What it is. I mean, they had an awesome match at WrestleMania 10. It was terrific. You agree with that match?
Yes.
And then now the main event, Taker versus Taker. This whole storyline was, I forgot how, because I think at Rumble in '94, always I think Ted DiBiase Goons buried him or cast. I forgot how it goes. Do you remember how it went?
No.
Oh well, he got buried alive and or for some bullshit, and he took some time off or I don't know what the real story. So they had a another Undertaker. I don't know who was a popular Undertaker, but that match
It was Brian Lee,
never heard of him.
just a jobber. So.
Oh, and probably got an easy paycheck in that match, but the build up was okay. Could be a lot better. Of course, the real Undertaker had Paul Bearer. And the other one, the fake one, had Ted DiBiase.
Right.
Yeah.
If you don't know who Brian Lee was, he was also known as Chains.
I don't know him either.
Jobber.
So this was a okay match. I thought it would be better, but back in the day, I don't know. I can't really describe it. So what's your thoughts, Tony, on Taker vs. Taker, the main event?
Well, yeah, it was okay, and it wasn't the best or whatever. The match only went for like 8 minutes, almost 9 minutes. Could have been better, but they did the same thing like in 2006. I would say they did this whole thing again over except it wasn't with Brown Taker. It was revolving around Kane. They did the Kane versus Kane whole fucking thing. That was pointless. I don't see the point of doing that. And once they've already done it once, why do they have to do it again?
I don't know, but overall, it was a okay SummerSlam. Not one of the best SummerSlams in the WWF/WWE. So, what's your thoughts overall on this pay-per-view, Tony?
It was okay. There was only I would say at least at least 2 or 3 matches good on the card. Other than that, the rest of them, they weren't needed.
Yeah, is that kind of sad? Usually, SummerSlam in the past was supposed to be fucking awesome, but I guess that we didn't have no major star power like they do now,
Yeah, you know the Adam Bomb versus Kwong or whatever the fuck his name was match I was talking about. I just realized that was the dark match
Wow.
because I didn't see that. Yeah.
Wow. See, I guess we didn't know that because we didn't get that early enough. So wow.
Yeah.
And how many? Let me see how many matches were there. Let me see here.
Oh,
There's
there was 7.
see 7 matches now these days. How many matches are these days in SummerSlam these days?
They give us like
10.
they give us around like 10, 9 or 10.
Yeah, sometimes they're not really good quality. Like sometimes like short matches, but whatever.
Yeah.
But I was part of history. I think that's the only time I saw Owen Hart live, and what I said earlier, that didn't start the feud. That continued the feud because they had an awesome feud at June of '94 when Owen Hart was the King of Hearts, right? He was still the King of Hearts that year, right? Yeah, he was.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he won King of the Ring, huh?
Yeah, and I really wish he should have won SummerSlam '94 when he beat his brother because he won that springtime, March or the
Yeah.
winter, whatever, or WrestleMania 10. He won that. Um, King of Ring, and he should win that. But I guess politics backstage said, "No way, you're not gonna become WWE champion. No way in hell." But this is a okay pay per view. Um, I'm just kind of glad I got the whole technology and the cooler. But I bought every one separately at Walmart, a lot cheaper, and then I bought the cooler on eBay a while back. So Tony, are you gonna pick up the technology or what, Tony?
Nah. If I would have picked it up, I already had it by now. I don't really. I just like I don't really pay attention to the older ones or whatever. I'm a fan of some of them, but the thing about it is, I don't know. It's just really not. It's not. I don't know. It's just not a big thing to me, like a big deal, because there's so much money and shit.
Yeah, but if you grew up in the '90s, it'd probably be different for you, huh?
Yeah. Well, I did grow up in the '90s.
Well, let me rephrase that. If it's a lot cheaper, will you buy it?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, yes, yes.
No,
So,
yeah. Well, go ahead and end this, guys. For last words for me is to say is stay tuned because you don't like we will probably be coming back before. We probably will be back within the next like 2 weeks. Well, we'll be back here shortly. Probably through the next 2 weeks before SummerSlam, we probably will be reviewing some more SummerSlam events.
oh yeah, and speaking of podcasts, tell everyone what kind of special one we've been thinking about earlier today. Go ahead, Tony. Tell them the news.
Okay, well, we were thinking about doing a like the greatest WWE rivals, like to the DVD that they recently released a couple months ago. We're gonna be something like that, but we're gonna actually go past the boundaries, I guess you could say, and go a little more in depth or whatever, and talk about maybe feuds that weren't mentioned on that DVD. So yeah.
Yep. So stay tuned for that. I'm not too sure when it's gonna be made, when it'll be posted, and another thing is I just recently made Snake Eyes episode 13 with my friend Tony, with my friend James, and my other friend named Zach. We discussed a lot of good shit. That will be up before you know it too, right, Tony?
Yes, it will.
So that's about it. Thank you very much, Tony, to come on board. And this is my very first time I did a review on a pay-per-view on DVD version, podcast version. I was gonna do um, picture. I mean video on my webcam, but it was
But it's
down.
fucking up.
What?
But it's fucking up.
Yeah, it's screwing up. So YouTube, kiss off. So that's about it. This is Team Rai Rai, and this is what Tony. That's your cue.
What?
You supposed to say this is Tony.
Oh, and this is Tony.
Yeah, follow him. All the information will be down there in the description box. So the tag team champions are out of here. Have a good one, and thank you very much.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hey, well, hold on. You cut me off. Hold on, dude. Thanks for listening for our review for 94 WWF SummerSlam live from Chicago, Illinois. Go ahead, take it away, Tony.
Oh, hell yeah.
Goodbye, everyone.